Hello friends, we're going to start with environmental engineering. It is a subject which has a weightage of 8 to 14 marks in GATE examination, and since 2021, starting from this year, there is a separate exam related to environmental science and engineering in the field of civil engineering and mechanical engineering. Students from civil and mechanical engineering can appear separately in the exam of environmental science and engineering apart from their core branch. If we talk about environmental engineering basically comprises of raw water engineering, wastewater engineering, air pollution, noise pollution and solid waste management. This is the syllabus for civil engineering as well as जो separate paper start हुआ है इस साल से, उसमें भी ये सारे टॉपिक्स कॉमन है. अच्छी बात यह है कि सेपरेट एग्जाम में इन सारे टॉपिक्स का कंपैरेटिव वेटेज ज़्यादा हो जाता है. अगर हम सिविल इंजीनियरिंग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बात करें तो आप एज अ सिविल इंजीनियर अगर गेट में अपीयर होते हैं तो इन सारे टॉपिक्स का टोटल वेटेज इज अराउंड 8 to 14 मार्क्स. बट इफ यू अपीयर इन अ सेपरेट एग्जाम ऑफ एनवायरमेंटल साइंस एंड इंजीनियरिंग जो इस साल से स्टार्ट हुआ है, तो इन सारे टॉपिक्स का कंपैरेटिव वेटेज भी बढ़ जाता है. Raw water engineering is basically engineering related to taking water from the source and providing it to the community for various usages. हमने वाटर को सोर्स से एक्सट्रैक्ट किया, एक्सट्रैक्ट करने के बाद उसका क्वालिटी चेक किया एंड आफ्टर चेकिंग इट्स क्वालिटी वी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट इट टू अ कम्युनिटी. The complete engineering involved from taking water from the source and providing it to the community comes under raw water engineering. Once this water is used in the community, इसका collection, its treatment and disposing this treated waste water back to the source comes under the category of waste water engineering. तो इस तरीके से एक मेजर क्लासिफिकेशन हमने पहले ही कर लिया कि वंस द वाटर इज टेकन फ्रॉम द सोर्स, its quality analysis and its treatment and its distribution in the community, this complete process comes under raw water engineering. And once the water is used in the community, its treatment, its collection and its disposal back to the source come under wastewater engineering. Moving on, starting from raw water engineering, for raw water engineering, we need to know what is the demand of water in the community. Means आपके सामने जो community है, what is the water required in that community. For that we need to study about water demand. Once the demand of water is known for that community, we need to identify different sources जहां से हम ये water demand को fulfill कर सकते हैं. In order to identify all those sources, we need to study about different sources of water. हमने कम्युनिटी की डिमांड पता करके वाटर को एक्सट्रैक्ट कर लिया सोर्स से. आफ्टर एक्सट्रैक्टिंग वाटर फ्रॉम द सोर्स, वी नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई व्हाट इज द क्वालिटी ऑफ दिस वाटर. In order to check the quality of this water, we need to study about different water quality parameters. And once we know the actual quality of water and what is the desired quality of water required after treatment, we need to study about what are the different treatment processes to be given to this water. And for all those treatment processes, we will study in water treatment. Once this water is treated, it is stored in a unit known as service reservoir. And from this service reservoir, this water is taken into the community and distributed into different households by the means of network known as distribution system. So this is the complete different steps involved in your raw water engineering, starting from studying about what is the demand of water in a community. Then after identifying the demand, we need to identify different sources from where this demand can be fulfilled. For that we need to study about what are the different sources of water extraction. Once we know the sources, we need to analyze the quality of this water extracted from the sources. For that we need to study about water quality parameters. After that we need to give water treatment, and after giving treatment, this treated water is stored in a unit known as service reservoir, and after this service reservoir, this water is distributed into the community by the means of distribution system. So this is a complete briefing about your raw water engineering. Now starting from water demand. Our first topic of raw water engineering is water demand. In order to know about the demand of water in a community, हमको सबसे पहले the total quantity of water required in a community in 1 year, we need to calculate that. Means we need to calculate annual draft, it is the total volume of water required in a community in 1 year. After calculating annual draft, we need to calculate annual daily draft, annual average daily draft. Means the total amount of water required in a community in 1 day, that is V upon 365. This is annual average daily draft. Annual average क्यों? क्योंकि हमने annual draft का average लिया है by dividing it with 365. Moving on, after calculation of these two entities, we need to calculate about annual average per capita daily draft, that is V upon 365 into P, where P is the population of the community. Where P is the population of the community. In order to study about water demand, first thing that we need to calculate is the annual draft, which is the total volume of water required in the community in 1 year. Secondly, we need to calculate annual average daily draft, which is the total quantity of water required in a community in single day. And thirdly, we need to calculate about annual average per capita daily draft, which is the volume of water required in a community in 1 day by a single person. For that, we need to divide total volume by 365 and population of the community, that is P. So these are the first three entities we need to calculate regarding water demand. If we say about different types of water usages, depending upon the type of water usage, our total water demand has been classified into several categories. Means if we talk about total demand, this total demand depending upon the type of usage has been classified under several categories. Those categories can be, first one is domestic demand. Domestic demand is the water requirement in a community for domestic purposes like for drinking, cooking, bathing, etc. Domestic demand varies, means we can assume domestic demand in the range of 135 to 220 liters per capita per day. This domestic demand can be assumed in this range, liters per capita per day. Next is industrial demand. This industrial demand depends upon the extent of industrialization in a community. जिस किसी भी सिटी में जितनी ज़्यादा इंडस्ट्रीज होंगी उतनी ज़्यादा उस कम्युनिटी की इंडस्ट्रियल डिमांड एग्जिस्ट करेगी. चूंकि ये इंडस्ट्रियल डिमांड डिपेंड करती है इन द एक्सटेंट ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन, दैट इज व्हाई दिस इंडस्ट्रियल डिमांड वेरीज इन द रेंज ऑफ 50 to 450 LPCD. Next kind of demand is institutional demand. Institutional demand is a kind of water demand which is required to fulfill water requirement of any institutes. Those institutes can be schools, it can be hospitals, it can be various government officials offices. So all those water requirement of that institutes come under institutional demand. This institutional demands varies in the range of 20 to 50 LPCD. Fourth type of water requirement in a community is water for public use. Water for public use is the water requirement for road cleaning purposes, for public garden के लिए जो पानी हम देते हैं, for all those purposes what are the water requirement comes under water for public use. This water requirement varies in the range of 10 to 20 LPCD. ठीक, moving on, the fifth type of water requirement in the community is for fire demand. That is the water required if fire outbreaks in a community. Fire demand की requirement के लिए we use different kinds of formulas जो हम देखेंगे आगे. And last one is for losses and thefts. If there are certain leakages in the distribution network, or if there are illegal connections, in order to cope up with all those losses we need to provide additional water into the distribution system. So these losses and thefts accounts 10 to 15% of the total water requirement in a community. If we add up all this, it comes out in the range of 250 to 350 LPCD. This is your total water requirement in a community. If we talk about total demand, the total demand will comprise of domestic demand, industrial demand, institutional demand, water for public use, fire demand, losses and thefts, and if we add up all these demands, this will add up into total demand, and this total demand will equal to 250 to 350 LPCD. Now talking about fire demand, fire demand can be calculated using different empirical formulas. For fire demand, different empirical formulas can be used to calculate it. Foremost, According to Government of India manual, according to Government of India manual, fire demand can be calculated using fire demand is equals to 100 root P, where P is population of the community in thousands, population of the community in thousands. From this formula we get the total volume, we get the total volume of water, we get the total volume of water in kiloliters, we get the total volume of water in kiloliters. So according to fire demand, in order to calculate fire demand, the first formula that is used is given by Government of India manual, and from that manual fire demand can be calculated as 100 root P, where P is the population in thousands and fire demand is calculated in volume. The next formula, according to National Board of Fire Underwriters method, fire demand can be calculated as discharge is equals to 4637 root P into 1 minus 0.01 root P. Here fire demand can be calculated using this formula, and fire demand obtained is in terms of discharge and its unit is in liters per minute. Next, there is one equation known as Goodrich's equation. Goodrich's equation gives the ratio of maximum demand to the average demand in terms of percentage. According to Goodrich's equation, the percentage ratio of maximum demand to average demand is given by 180 T raised to the power minus 0.1, where T is the time in days, such that T is greater than or equal to 1 day. Means if you need to calculate the ratio of maximum demand to average demand, you can use this Goodrich's equation, but here the only limitation is that it gives this ratio for duration equal or greater than 1 day. Moving on with the water usage, if we plot a graph between usage of water versus time, so it fluctuates in this fashion. Means there will be a duration in a day where water requirement will be more. Probably these are your early hours, early morning hours, where your water requirement is more. This can be your afternoon duration, and this can be your evening duration. Afternoon duration के बाद में जो evening duration है, where your water requirements again increases. So depending upon the time, as we move on with time, your water usage changes. For that, for suppose V is the total volume of water required in a community in a day. V is the total volume of water required in a community in a single day. For this volume, this is your usage pattern at different duration of your day. This is your water usage. This can be your average water usage. Means if you use water with this rate for 24 hours, you will going to consume complete volume V. But this is not the case. This water usage, this is known as average demand. And the peak of this is known as maximum demand. So this ratio of average demand to maximum demand is given by Goodrich's equation. इसी को हम फ्लक्चुएशन भी बोलते हैं. So if we talk about fluctuations, तो for duration, if we talk about fluctuations, तो मैक्सिमम आर्ली डिमांड is equals to 2.7 times of average hourly demand. Maximum daily demand is equals to 1.8 times of average daily demand. Maximum weekly demand is equals to 1.48 times of average weekly demand. Maximum monthly demand is equals to 1.28 times of average monthly demand. तो these are your fluctuations जिससे रिलेटेड एग्जाम में आपको एक डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. These relations are to be known. For maximum hourly demand, it is 2.7 times of average hourly demand. For maximum daily demand, it is 1.8 times of average daily demand. For maximum weekly demand, it is 1.48 times of average weekly demand. Maximum monthly demand is equals to 1.28 times of average monthly demand. एक टर्म और आती है and that term is known as coincident demand. This coincident demand is given by QCD. Coincident demand QCD is the sum of maximum daily demand is the sum of maximum daily demand plus the fire demand. If we talk together about maximum daily demand and fire demand, it will give you our coincident demand. ठीक, तो कोइंसिडेंट डिमांड अगर आपके किसी भी एग्जाम में आता है तो इस बात को आप याद रखिएगा कि कोइंसिडेंट डिमांड इज नथिंग बट द सम ऑफ मैक्सिमम डेली डिमांड एंड योर फायर डिमांड. ठीक है, मूविंग ऑन, देयर आर सर्टेन फैक्टर्स विच अफेक्ट योर वाटर डिमांड. फैक्टर्स अफेक्टिंग water demand. So if we talk about different factors affecting water demand, primary factor being type of flushing system. Type of flushing system. If your flushing system is efficient, means less water is required for flushing out the waste from your toilets. If your flushing system is efficient, then the water requirement for domestic usage will be less, hence your domestic demand will be reduced. On the other hand, if your flushing system is inefficient, then the water requirement for domestic demand increases. So if we talk about domestic flushing system is directly related with your domestic demand. If your flushing system is efficient, then your domestic demand will going to decrease. Your domestic demand will going to decrease, it means your total demand will further going to decrease. So this is the factor which will going to affect your domestic demand. So talking about factors affecting water demand, first factor is type of flushing system. If your flushing system is efficient, then your domestic demand will going to decrease. If your domestic demand will going to decrease, it will further reduce your total demand. Talking about next type of factor, it is extent of industrialization. If your community has more industrial development, फॉर ऑब्वियस रीजंस, जितनी ज़्यादा इंडस्ट्री होंगी कम्युनिटी में उतना ज़्यादा वाटर यूसेज वहाँ का होगा. जितना ज़्यादा वाटर यूसेज होगा उतनी ज़्यादा वहाँ की इंडस्ट्रियल डिमांड होगी. तो कहने के लिए इफ़ एक्सटेंट ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन इज मोर, इफ़ दिस एक्सटेंट इज मोर, इट मीन्स योर इंडस्ट्रियल डिमांड will be more. If your industrial demand will be more, your total demand, TD is your total demand, this will going to increase. More will be the extent of industrialization, more will be your industrial demand, more will be your industrial demand, more will be your total demand. Moving on with the third factor. Third factor is type of gentry. If the people living in a community is of high class, their domestic demands are expected to be more than your normal community. If your class of gentry is high, then they have more domestic demand. Their domestic demand will be more. If their domestic demand will be more, hence this will lead to the increase in your total demand. So if the class of gentry is high, their domestic demand will be more. If their domestic demand will be more, then their total demand will increase. Moving on with the fourth factor. Fourth factor is the size of the city. If the size of the city is more, then it is assumed क्या मतलब होता ही है, if the size of the city is more, then the water required for public use will be more. If water required for public use will be more, means your total demand will going to increase. इसको इस तरीके से समझिए, if the size of the city will be more, then it will going to have more length of roads, it will going to have more gardens, if your city has more length of roads, if your city has more gardens, then the water required to clean up all these roads and the water required for all the gardening purposes in this public garden will be more. These two factors will going to increase the water requirement for public use. Once the water requirement for public use increases, this will going to increase your total demand. So these are the several factors. These are the major factors which affect your water demand. There's one more factor known as climatic conditions. ऐसा माना जाता है कि if the place is hot, then water requirement for domestic purposes, DP is domestic purposes, water requirement for domestic purposes increases. If the place is hot, water requirement for domestic purposes increases. Once the water requirement for domestic purposes increases, this will going to increase your total demand. ठीक. And one last factor is related with pressure in the pipes. If pressure in the pipes is more, if pressure in pipes is more, it means water losses will be more. Water losses will be more. This water losses will going to increase your total demand. So these are the 6 primary factors which majorly affects your total demand. Starting from your type of flushing system. If your flushing system is efficient, the water requirement for domestic purposes will be less, hence your total demand will reduce. Second type of factor is extent of industrialization. If extent of industrialization is more, then industrial demand will be more and correspondingly your total demand will going to increase. With the third factor talks about type of gentry. If the class living in a community is high, then their domestic demand is comparatively higher. If the domestic demand is higher, then their total demand will again going to increase. The fourth type is size of the city. If the city is more in size, then it will going to have more length of roads, it will going to have more gardens, then the water requirement to clean up these roads and for these gardening purposes will going to increase. This increase in water for public use will lead to the increase in our total demand. Next is, if the climatic condition is hot, then it is supposed that our water requirement for domestic purposes increases, which will further going to increase our total demand. And lastly, if pressure in the pipes is more, the losses will going to be more and this will going to increase our total demand. So this is all about our first topic, which is water demand. Probably we're going to continue it with population forecasting in the next class. So please subscribe and do like the channel. Thank you.